Hi guys, and welcome to episode 1 of Getting Dev Working by Decker Does Rust. In this one, we're going to be actually kind of setting up a development environment for Rust all the way from scratch. So first thing I'm going to be doing at the moment, because I don't want it on my actual main host system, I'm going to set up VirtualBox on here. This is all vanilla. I haven't actually set it up yet or anything. I'm just downloading the files and everything. I'm going to pause for downloads and stuff like that, but we're going to be pretty much showing the process. Actually, I just thought. Let's just search for VirtualBox. Normally I'd be using Google, but I'm on Windows, so it's chose Bing. Okay, so download VirtualBox 5.1. I'll do that now. Windows host. Now I want this, and you'll want to have this, and also the extensions pack if you're doing what I'm doing here. So we just literally save and save. 2 downloads, about 10 minutes or so. So what I'll do is I'll pause it for like 10 minutes, and then we'll continue from where we left off. Okay, I made a quick cup of tea and I've came back and it's all downloaded. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run the install. Let's minimize this out of the way. So we've got this is the actual installer. I'm going to allow for networking, USB support and so on. So next, create shortcut, blah blah blah, register file, yep, next. Network interfaces, yes, let's install the network interfaces. Be careful when you do this if you're actually downloading something or trying to do anything network wise, because what it tends to do is it will sort of disconnect you off the internet and then reconnect you again, usually, whilst it's installing network drivers. Sometimes it doesn't, but majority of the times it does. So I'm just going to install these, and hopefully it all goes through okay. Just let it do its thing. So I was going to actually pause during the install, but I don't think this takes too long to install. As you can see, it's installed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start Oracle. There we go. Now I'm going to open up the extension pack thing now. See what it's doing there. If I remember rightly, you double click it and it just runs, but apparently not. Hang on, there we go. It's doing something now. There we go. Install. Let's close the other one. This is the extension pack. I'm just installing it. There we go. It's installing. This just gives you like USB 2 support, I believe, and a few other networking bits and pieces and add-ons. It's needed for a lot of different little bits and pieces for stuff. Like if you want to install, say, Mac OS on there or something like that, it's needed. And for more up-to-date sort of stuff. Right, so by rights, this is the entirety of VirtualBox setup now. It wasn't very complicated to do. So what I'll probably do is I'll make a new virtual machine, call it Rust Dev Linux. And what we'll do is we'll do an Ubuntu if I can. There's Linux. Has it got an Ubuntu host? Yeah, Ubuntu 64-bit there. Okay, so I'm going to use Ubuntu 64 on this particular one. A gig of RAM should be fine for that. Virtual hard disk. I'll create a virtual hard disk. Keep it all standard. Dynamically allocated, and probably about 20 gigabytes should be enough. I think I have to put a capital G. Gigabytes? Yeah. So 20 gig hard drive. Create. Okay, so that's created the virtual machine. I'm not going to do the install on this video. I'm going to create a new virtual machine again for the same. Rust Dev Windows. I'm not too sure what Windows I'll be putting on, to be honest. So I'll just leave it as this. I can always change it about and do stuff with it. In fact, I'm not going to even make that one just yet until I'm ready to actually install Windows, because we'll be doing like an entire Rust dev on Linux first, hopefully. So that being said, this has been like a 5-minute episode, so I'll finish here. In the next episode, I'm going to just install Linux and see how long that takes. If it takes over like 10-15 minutes, including pauses and stuff, then I'm going to move it on to the next episode to do the next thing. If it takes less time, then I might do more on the next video.